Ben recently led the effort to get our digital book printing center G7 certified, and that's a big deal in the industry. And we're here to allow you to hear from Ben, and we're here to talk about that. So thank you for being here.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me, Joe.
Yeah, of course. So let's dive right into it. How about could you just provide some background? Who you are, how long you've been with the company?
Yeah, sure. Joe said, I'm the Printshop engineering manager. I've been with this company for a little over 26 years. Uh, During those 26 years, I did many of things. Mostly resolving around the printing operations. Um, Anywhere from offset printing to now our digital toner presses. I've been involved in color pretty much since the start. I'm also Ideal Alliance G7 expert certified, which helped me along with this process of dialing in our color here at BookBaby. But
It's interesting, when I meet different people here, everyone seems to wear so many hats. Like
yeah,
everyone has done a lot of different things, especially people who are working in the print shop. So it's always interesting to hear from people about all the things they've done. So, in addition to what you're doing here now, could you explain a little bit about what exactly G7 is for those who aren't familiar with how printing works?
sure. G7 is a Ideal Alliance is let's see, global industry standard, which it targets to achieve a visual balance across all print devices. So that goes from anywhere from our facility to any other facility across the country or across the globe. What it is a set of specifications which targets. It's based on Grackle's color space. So what it is it's hitting. It's trying to achieve a gray balance uh, across the color space in order to hit exactly that, just hit the color space. So it's a method of maintaining color, and it's also a specification of hitting a certain color space.
So, what makes it so significant to receive this certain, what makes it so significant to get certified in this space?
So getting certified just really holds the company true to saying they are able to hit a certain color and maintain this and be educated on how to maintain this throughout their production. Um, so that's one of the main things of being certified and being approved, because you're getting approved by a third party, which is a Rochester Institute of Technology. We send them press samples, press sheets, color swatches, which these color swatches are 1,617 patches that they have a really tight tolerance that they have to fit into. So it's yeah, it is actually a big deal for us in the print shop. What it does is it helps us maintain color throughout the course of a run, throughout the course of a day. So when we will print a print file today, it's going to match what we print next week or what we printed a year ago. So it's really about consistency.
Yeah, and that has to be super relieving to a client, especially who is relying on print runs that no matter what, there's going to be, you're eliminating variability in the output of printing. Is that fair to say?
That's exactly what it is. Yep. It's
That's
about getting a consistent result of what you expected to get.
Yeah, and for a lot of independent authors in this space who are looking for and relying on printers, variability could be a problem if you don't implement, standards to hit. And it's super impressive what you're doing. And so how long was the process, Bill?
The process itself isn't relatively long. Building up I guess the infrastructure and the standards for our internal use on how we're going to maintain this. Um, yeah, that was a little time consuming. I've been working on this for several months with our new equipment. We've done this in the past with our offset presses and to various levels and other toner based presses. Uh, I guess the longest part is really just how are we going to fit this into our production so we can assure to ourselves and to our clients that we're repeatedly hitting color on any given time.
Yeah.
That process was a little bit longer of a saying how are we going to fit this into our production standards. But yeah, everything. I'd say I've been working on this for several months. To actually print the sheet and send this to RIT to evaluate for Idea Alliance, that's only a few week process for them to review it and send me back results. And I'm happy to mention that we are G7 certified master facility under G7 color space, which is the strictest or most stringent color requirement that's out there. So we are repeatedly hitting that.
So what measurements and processes are in place then to ensure that like over time, we continue to sustain this level of consistency?
What we do daily is not even daily, probably several times throughout the course of the day. What we call is linearize the press. So the press gets linearized. It has an inline spectrophotometer, which will measure solid density targets and then compare that to solid density swatches that measures that to a target, and the press will electronically try to balance itself and get it within a target. And then it gives us on these are on a Zycon SX30,000 web presses. They electronically try to get it into a tolerance range and then gives you basically a check mark or green light to say, okay, it's ready for production. We go through this process several times throughout the course of the day just to make sure that we're hitting a linearization point. And during the creation of what's called an ICC is the color profile for the press, I created this to hit the Grackle color space under a certain condition. The press tries to hit that condition and says, "Are you ready to go or not?" So that's how we maintain it internally. Then we're also doing inline and offline spectro tests that I'm measuring the 1617 swatches across the whole color space, and then looking at industry standards, saying are we in tolerance or not tolerance. And that's done routinely, regularly, like every week, or if not twice a week.
It's super impressive, like just hearing the all of the little details that go into printing that, unless you are in there doing the work, it seems so complex, and it's like it has to be super comforting for authors to know that like we have these experts here who have been doing this for a long time and can handle this level of complex printing, and it's just super impressive to me. And I'm really appreciative of all the work that you are doing for our authors. So my last question is, what if you could tell a BookBaby author, what does this mean for clients who choose to put their print work in our hands?
What does this mean? This means that they are going to get consistent, high quality results, regardless if you order it today or if you order from us next month or a year down the road. What does it mean? It means that we're fitting into an industry, or I guess, a global industry standard of hitting Grackle's color space. So you can ensure that you're getting top quality print at any time.
Yeah. Awesome. I just wanted to, say thank you for all the hard work you're doing on our authors' behalf. And, because of the work you're doing, the print quality they get is the best in the industry. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking the time, Ben.
Oh, thank you.